In the Factor follow-up segment tonight, Donald Trump's plan to secure the border, constructing a great big wall, lies at the center of Trump's plans, but can it deliver the safety and security Trump promises if it's built? Joining us now to analyze from Washington, Ralph Peters, Fox News strategic analyst and author of The Damned Petersburg. Okay, Colonel, we got a couple of topics. Let's start with this big, beautiful wall that's going to be built. You don't think it can be built? Is that what you're saying?
Well, it can be built. Whether it is wise to build a continuous wall for almost 2,000 miles across our southwestern border is another question. I have the misfortune of experience. I've actually worked down in the border when I was at the Drug Czar's office. I've been there, and walls work very well in populated areas. South of San Diego, Nogales, Arizona, walls there are beneficial. But do we really need to build a wall through the Big Bend National Park, an isolated area in Texas, through the Chiricahua Mountains in Arizona?
Yeah, you know why? You know why? Because if the wall's not contiguous, then you can walk to the open space and walk through, Colonel.
Well, yeah,
if it works in populated areas, it's got to go the full length, no?
No, it's a question of cost effectiveness, among other things, but also there are really strong practical considerations. I won't even bother you with the environmental considerations, but let's look at Texas. 1,254 miles of our border with Mexico are along the Rio Grande running through Texas. Now, where do you build that wall? On the Mexican side? No, that's an act of war. On our side and give the river to Mexico? Don't think so. Do you try to build a wall in the middle of the river? There are a lot of practical considerations that have to be taken into account. What I would argue for...
Can I throw something at you?
No, let me just get into this.
Can I throw something at you?
I want a partial wall, but above all, what Trump is right about is we need a wall of laws.
Wow, come on, Colonel, we need a wall also. Let me throw something at you. President Obama famously came into office and spent $1 trillion of our money on shovel-ready jobs that happened not to be shovel-ready and didn't create any jobs. What's wrong with this idea of a few $1 billion spent to keep our southern border secure?
Well, it would probably be, once you got the government-mandated union labor in there, all the materials, the various lawsuits, a lot of those patriots down on the border suddenly want enormous amounts of money for the use of their land.
I got a better idea for that, Colonel. Let's use Mexican and American laborers. We'll share the laborers, and that's a way to help defray some of the cost to Mexico, use some of their labor. Well,
it would probably wind up being built largely by illegal immigrants anyway. But Eric, I strongly believe, that what we need to do is first, as Mr. Trump has said, enforce the laws on the books. Get the felons out of here. We need to revamp other laws, pass new ones. When you are apprehended at the border, it shouldn't be catch and release. You go back immediately. And what we've got to do is stop sympathizing with the criminals and penalizing the victims. So these ideas of endless appeals and anchor babies, sorry if that offends anybody, that stuff, that nonsense has to stop. We need legal immigration, but not illegal. And here's my bottom line. No one who enters this country illegally ever gets to vote for president, senator, representative, governor, judge, etc.
All right, Colonel Peters, we're going to leave there. I had another topic to get to, is ISIS, #2 in ISIS being killed, but we ran out of time. Colonel Peters,
you built a wall of words.
Thank you very much, Colonel Peters.